many examples of how CSPOA or constitutional sheriffs have stood up against both state and federal government. We had a sheriff down in, I believe it's Liberty County, Florida, and uh, he had the same situation as far as the Second Amendment goes. Um, he didn't believe in a lot of the gun laws that were placed on the people that were unconstitutional. And so he decided that his oath was important to uphold with the Second Amendment. He had an officer pull a gentleman over one night that had a gun laying on the front seat of the car. And so the officer arrested the man. He pulled him over for a taillight, or I believe it was a fix-it ticket. And this is a county where there's a lot of open area, very few people, long, dark highways. And so this gentleman had a gun. And so when the officer pulled him over and saw the gun on the seat, he arrested him and took him to the jail. And the sheriff, once he found out that this man had been taken to the jail for that, he went to the jail and he asked the deputy, did this man threaten anyone with the gun? The answer was no. Did he brandish the weapon? The answer was no. Did he do anything illegal or threatening or assaultive with that weapon? And the answer was no. So at that point in time, the sheriff said, well, release him from the jail and strike his name from the booking. And when that happened, that officer, who was of a different political persuasion than the sheriff, contacted the governor that was of an opposite political persuasion of the sheriff. And the governor pulled the sheriff from that county, and it went to a lawsuit. It went to the Florida Supreme Court, and basically the Florida Supreme Court said, no, Governor, you don't have the ability to take that sheriff out of his position. It's a constitutional position, and it's the people that put the sheriff there, and it's the people that take the sheriff out. And so they restored the sheriff, and they said that basically the sheriff's oath, he has an obligation to his oath, and he has the ability to do that. And if the people don't like what the sheriff is doing, then it's up to the people to take the sheriff out of that position. And so we've had many examples of things like that. You've got Sheriff David Clark from Wisconsin.